Welcome to Leading Leaders Podcast, 5-minute videos, 5 days a week. As I left the meeting last night, I made a comment about how we have such an unusual team of people put together and how some of us are just downright strange. And one of the people that I work with said, yeah, you'll kind of notice the more you're around me that I tend to attract the strange ones. And I've been kind of thinking about that since the comment was made. I tend to attract the strange ones. Subscribe now for our extensive video library of leadership lessons promoting faith, family, and freedom. I'm J Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast. I want you to just think for a moment, just consider inside your own head, probably not out loud because people around you will think there's something really wrong with you. Maybe they would think you're the strange one. But ponder for a moment how often the people around you are a little bit odd. And I don't just mean the people in your proximity, but I mean the people who are close to you in your life. They're a little bit different. There's something about them that other people go, you hang out with them? Really? Why would you hang out with them? You're not like them. And as I was pondering that idea for myself, I tend to attract the strange ones. I thought to myself, well, I tend to do that too. A part of it is, I guess, a compassionate knack that I got from my mother. We've always picked up strays. And when I say picked up strays, I mean a stray cat, a stray dog, a stray wounded bird, lizards, worms. It didn't matter. If it looked like it was lost and on its own, it ended up in our house. There's still 7 dogs and 3 or 4 cats at my mother's house because at one point they were strays and they all tend to go to her house. It's almost like there's a stray pet hotel sign over the top of the house that every stray in town knows if you need help, this is where you go. I'll put it this way, to the degree that one morning my mother walked into her living room. She had just got out of bed, 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, walked in the living room and found a guy sleeping on her couch she had never met before. I don't mean met the night before. I meant he was in the house on the couch asleep, and that was the first time she'd ever seen him, was on the couch asleep. Strays tend to just wander to my mother, and I guess I kind of got that knack. We tend to take in strays too, teenagers and business associates and people that are just kind of down on their luck, and that's just the way we've always been. And as I see some of the strange ones that my children have chosen to be in their life, Ricky, Zach, Robin, yeah, they're all a little bit different, a little bit of odd. In fact, when Robin and Jesse got together, I asked, what is the magic in your relationship? They've been together close to 2 years now. In fact, Halloween, I believe, is 2 years. And she said, well, he's the same kind of different as me. That explains a lot. Very different people. Maybe you find yourself the same way as a leader, that you attract strange people. Now, there's one kind of challenge in those relationships, and that would be when you have a new idea, you have an opportunity that comes about, whether it's a business opportunity or a sales opportunity or the notion to write a book, just an idea that's going to break you out of where you are in life and take you to the next level. And suddenly you realize that when you share that idea with the people in your immediate circle, you feel like that crab trying to get out of a bucket. Everybody's grabbing on your legs, trying to pull you back down. See, the challenge with those kinds of relationships are that they don't really want to, it's not like a race, like they're trying to get to the front of the line ahead of you. It's not like they want the success more than you want it. They're not willing to work hard enough. They just don't want you to succeed at all. It's not just succeeding without them, it's succeeding at all. Why? Because in that little bucket, they're living in misery, and misery loves company. They don't want to be left in that bucket alone as you go on to succeed. But let me also throw something else in there, because I believe I've experienced this over the course of my life, and the more I observe it, the more I tend to see it, and that is that we're all living this life with this invisible game of emotional Tetris. And it seems to be that the people who enter our life, well, they have gaps where we have strengths. And they have strengths where we have gaps. And things eventually just kind of fit together and nestle together, and they kind of stay that way. And that's not a bad thing if you're the leader. Because if you're a leader, you have a chance to influence, to strengthen them, to change their life. So ask yourself, why is this person in my life? What is the gap in my life that they filled? What is the gap in their life that I fill? And then challenge yourself with this. Is there any chance that as I strive for success, I can get to the top of the bucket fast enough with enough momentum to turn the bucket over and let all the crabs experience success and freedom? That rather than living their lives in misery in the bottom of the bucket, pulling each other back down toward failure, that I can get to the edge in such a way as to tip the bucket over and let them all loose. See, in my opinion, that's what true leadership is. I believe that's what capitalism and the free market ideas and the chance to succeed on your own, I believe that's what it's all about. The independence to be you and, well, take others to enjoy success with you. But for now, you're going to have to figure out what are the gaps in my life that these strange people are filling and what are the gaps in their life that I'm filling. Then as a leader, fill those gaps in as many places as you can. Influence them until you turn the bucket over. I'm J Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast for Tell It Like It Is TV. Have a blessed day. Leadership team. If attitude is going to have a deep impact on your business and bottom line, make it a positive attitude with a positive impact. Visit jlorennorris.com/attitude hack